attention can have terrible consequences on the road. As Abe discovered one rainy night on his way home from work.
It was a weeknight and I was travelling home from a ride to Doonside. It was a stormy night. Visibility was quite impaired at the time. I was coming under Victoria Bridge on Church Street in Rye going towards the M4, and as I approached the first intersection I noticed two cars coming down from the bridge merging onto the same road.
As he travels along the road, a white Honda starts moving into his lane and then collides with the front of his car.
Our cars have connected at the front and gone diagonally straight across the road over the median strip.
And right into the path of two cars.
Mazda 4-wheel drive and Toyota Yaris came directly at us at 70 kilometers an hour. I didn't really have a chance to think about anything. All I could see was two headlights coming directly at me, which is one of the most terrifying feelings you could ever feel. All I could feel was my heart just sinking to the bottom of my chest and then concentrating on just hitting the brake and hoping the car would stop.
The oncoming four-wheel drive slams into the side of the white Honda. Abe clips the back of the other car and careers across the road and into a driveway.
I was quite in shock at the time. I didn't actually realise it, but my first instinct was to grab my dash cam and to check the footage to see actually who was at fault. I then ventured out into the street and tried to check if all the other drivers were safe. To be honest, I didn't think the accident would be as bad as it was. My car was a complete write-off. Due to structural damage, they could not repair it. The car that collided with me, the white Honda, his whole passenger side door had reached over to the driver's side seat.
Incredible. None of the occupants of the four cars suffered any serious injuries. But it could have been a lot worse.
As I look back on it now, I believe it was extremely lucky no one was seriously injured or killed.
Motorcycle riding can be a dangerous pastime. But speak to a rider and they'll tell you it's worth the risk.
What I love about motorbike riding is jumping on the bike first thing in the morning. You can feel the cold or the sun and feel the wind, and it makes me wake up and enjoy the day.
But this sense of freedom comes at a cost.
As a motorbike rider, you have to look out for not only the mistakes that you can make as a rider, but mistakes that other vehicles can make. It doesn't matter if they're in the wrong. If you get hit, then they can be really, really bad for you as a rider.
So Matt bought a helmet cam. And it didn't take long for him to collect a few near misses.
Before the driver, right on my arm. Dickhead. I had wondered if I'd ever catch an accident, and I never expected that the accident I would catch would be my own. So it was a Tuesday morning. I left for work at about 8 a.m. I was about 10 or 15 minutes into my trip, and I'd gone through a set of traffic lights, and all of a sudden the traffic was stationary. The left lane was still moving at about 80 kilometers an hour, which is the speed limit. I came to a stop and was really paranoid that the driver behind me might not be paying attention and could hit me and squash me in between the two cars. I pulled over to the right and was ready to move as I watched him, and he came to a stop. So I relaxed, and about 3 seconds later I heard a loud screech. I turned to my left to look, and as I looked, the guy behind me had stopped and the lady behind him had stopped. Ute, I think, must have been looking at the orange light and trying to beat it. So he hit one car, and that car was pushed into the next car, and the next car was pushed into me. As it worked out, the bike stayed upright, and I flew back onto the bonnet and slid forward, landing on my feet.
It all happened so fast that Matthew and the other drivers are stunned. But he reacted to the accident in true Aussie style.
I think the thumbs up was definitely an instinctual response. I was heavily in shock and relieved that I appeared to be okay. The driver in the car behind me looked horrified and shocked and not too good himself. Yeah, you're right, mate. Matt, what's your name? I had these really vivid memories of sliding forward, and when I landed on my feet, I looked over myself to assess where the damage was, and there was none. I can't believe I'm alright.
But one of the drivers was not so lucky.
The lady in the black car had not gotten up to get out of the car.
Her small car has taken the full force of the ute coming from behind.
She said my back hurts, and I think she said she was pregnant.
And she's trapped in her car.
You won't believe what they're trying to sneak through our border.
Ooh, okay.
I'm not attempting to traffic anything.
Never have I heard a story like this.
Keep your eyes peeled and expect anything.
We've actually called for an ambulance.
Aussie Border Security. Sunday on 7, 8 and 7 Plus.
You gorilla take that? No, why? Gorilla tape, of course.
Gorilla Tape is 2 times stronger with a hold that lasts for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
That there was Harry's chair. Every day Harry parked his phone there. Had everybody going. Legend.
When I heard, Harry left and never came back.
Disappeared.
Turns out, Harry made himself a website.
Website? How?
Cheeky bugger used Squarespace.
He's sitting on a gold mine.
And if old Harry can do it, anyone can.
And that there was Mikey's chair.
Legend.
You know it's a better betting app when you've got stats and insights for every major gaming race. Plus expert opinions from the best minds in the game, all in the palm of your hand. That's better. You win some, you lose more.
Why do we always say we're doing nothing special just because it's not a special occasion? Dinner with my best mates? Nothing special. Oh, watching a movie with my soulmate? Nothing special. Having dinner with the family who I'd literally die for? You know, nothing special. I mean, come on people, what could be more special than this?
Still not special, girl.
Ex-actress who's playing my nan. Look at him. There's something special about nothing special.
The Great Australian Beer Spectacular. Grab your friends and experience one of the best craft beer fests in the world. There's something for everyone. 120 brand new craft beers and over 60 brewery bars. Plus, discover amazing cocktail concoctions, gins, wines and whiskies. Jam-packed with entertainment, street food, live music, fun games and more. It's truly a great time brewing. To buy tickets, search Gabs Festival. But hurry, tickets selling fast.
This program brought to you by TVG. Great value home internet? Now that's pretty good. Head online and make the switch to TVG today.
The ute has ploughed into a line of traffic waiting at a set of lights. Matt was flung into the air and bounced off the bonnet of the car that hit him. Incredibly, he landed on his feet uninjured.
Oh, I can't believe I'm alright.
But behind them, a pregnant woman is trapped in her car.
She said my back hurts, and I think she said she was pregnant, so there was obviously a lot of concern for her welfare. Nick, the driver behind me, was really good. He reached in, was holding her hand and telling her not to move and to stay there, so he looked after her.
As the driver of the ute gets out of his vehicle, he's faced with the full impact of what he's done.
I think he was in shock, and he didn't say anything to any of us. He walked up to the black car, and because I think we were there, he sort of like, I can't do anything, and went back to his car, and I think he was in just absolute shock, especially that he caused it all.
When ambulance and fire crews arrive, they have to remove the roof and doors of the woman's car to get her out.
They must have worked away on the car for 45 minutes or an hour before they were able to take her out.
Finally, she's removed from the car on a spinal board and taken to hospital.
Looking at footage of the accident, particularly an accident that I've been involved in, it was very strange. Given the force and impact of the collision, looking back at the video and the damage to all the vehicles involved, I think it was a miracle that no one was seriously hurt or killed. And I've been on the bike once or twice since then, and I can tell it's going to take a little while before I'm comfortable again.